Hey Libra, welcome to your March 2025 mid-month reading. We're just going to go ahead and get started here and jump straight in. I hope you're doing well. I would like to announce that I am running a sale on my personal readings. If you're interested in that, that link will be down below in the description. Let's take a look here. What is the energy here surrounding you? All right. You did pull the Hierophant here in your challenge position. Yeah, lots going on astrologically. We just got done with a lunar eclipse in Virgo that was on the 14th, which was today, basically, when I'm doing this reading. But it was late last night, March 13th, March 14th. And so that was in your 12th house, Libra. And so there was a lot of, you can say the 12th house is a house of self-undoing, or it can be self-enlightenment. But it's also a spiritual purification as well. It's the release of any type of attachments that are no longer serving you spiritually anymore. And there could have been a lot of subconscious, unconscious stuff that has bubbled up to the surface to be looked at. Directly things from the past, because this was a total lunar eclipse in Virgo. Let's see here. Yeah, boom, there it is. That south node. There it is. South node life debts here. And that's where the lunar eclipse was activating. Total lunar eclipse. So it was like directly on the south node. And what I think you're letting go of and what you're releasing is a lot of old beliefs and values here, with the Hierophant being your challenge. I always see the Hierophant as beliefs, your values, your morals, your principles. And I think you're in this redefining, restructuring phase. And the advice being the Emperor, now's the time for you to, it's like the future is very malleable, I feel, for you, to where the Emperor is all about governing yourself by your own rules, right? And you coming up with your own beliefs and your own philosophies and understanding what your own values are. And I think with this lunar eclipse and that south node, what it did was reflected to you these old, outdated ways of doing things that are no longer serving you. And I see here with this Five of Swords being in your current energy, Five of Swords is ambition. It's wanting to win at all cost. And it's also, too, where you start to understand it's Venus in Aquarius. So it deals with disconnecting from old values and reconnecting to new ones. The surrendering of the old, the dissolving of the old, while also connecting to new ones at the same time. So I see that happening here in your current energy. I think you have a lot of positivity and luck on your side that you may not be seeing right now, because you did pull the Wheel of Fortune in the position of something you're unaware of that you need to be aware of. If I sound weird, it's because I have allergies and there's a dust storm here. I don't know if it's a dust storm, but it's like a wind storm and it's all gray outside. Yeah, you pulled the south node again twice. Don't let your past hold you back. So this is the releasing of old shit, basically. Old shit being brought back up, being looked at, and south node, it's a drain, so it's a release here. Let's pull your other oracle card before we jump into your reading. And you pull this Mountain card. It says intention. And it's interesting because the Five of Swords is the victory at all costs, wanting to win at all cost. And it's where we have to move forward with a new intention. But first, it's like we have to move forward. So I think your energy right now is just like moving forward. But now you're at the stage to where you have to set your intentions or stay in alignment with your new intentions here. Because the Devil card would be the Mountain. Because the Devil card is Capricorn. It's in your future position. And Capricorn represents critical tenacity, the ability to work long and hard on your goals. I don't see this as a negative energy here, Libra, with this Devil card. I see this as self-discipline, because your advice here is the Emperor, which is self-mastery. So there's an energy of self-mastery and self-discipline coming through in your reading. And so this Devil card is like, I see you working very hard here and almost feeling constrained to do so, or something like that. Like there could be pressure, there could be a time frame or something like that with that Devil card. Something that's just lighting a fire under your ass, basically, and that's making you have to like really gear up and get disciplined and stay committed here to these new intentions here that you have. Because the Knight of Cups being the overall energy, this is about your dreams and your visions and your aspirations and the things that you're really wanting to manifest in your life. And it's interesting too, because the sun is in Pisces and it's getting closer to that North Node, it's getting closer to Neptune. And so all these ideals are going to be coming to the surface, these new dreams. But also too, it can bring this energy of confusion and meaninglessness as well. So it's like we also have to do the work, that Devil card, the Emperor, to reorient ourselves, to get out of that disorienting energy. And a lot of it has to do with what the lunar eclipse was in Virgo, which was the surrendering of the old, releasing of the old, right? Because it's the past, the South Node, that has been keeping us stuck, right? Which is why you have this, don't let your past hold you back. So, and that Knight of Cups too is about like what your heart's desires are and moving in the direction of what your heart wants, your dreams, ideals, all that stuff. And this could be definitely a very sensitive time astrologically. I mean, when you have Sun getting close to Neptune with that North Node, everything just becomes amplified. So it can be a very sensitive energy as well. And then this Eight of Cups here you have in the outcome position, which I feel like this is you. I gotta be real. I think this Eight of Cups is you're in the middle of a transition here with the Five of Swords. You're gaining this deeper sense of understanding of things, but do I feel like you're coming to this absolute enlightenment to where you have all the answers? I don't think so yet, but what I do pick up with this Eight of Cups is that you're getting closer and closer and closer, but that's not even the main goal. I think the main goal here that you're actually trying to achieve is actually the releasing and the detaching of the past, of those past cups that you're walking away from. And it's like everything else that you're moving forward to is just a bonus. Does that make sense? Because to pull this South Node here twice, you're definitely releasing it. It's like maybe it is karma, maybe it is some type of past life debt, right? That you're releasing at this time. Let's actually clarify your read. Because what's really going on is like you're developing a better understanding and a better relationship to the past through whatever has come up for you to look at. And that in and of itself is reflecting to you truth. It's reflecting to you things. And you're getting your answers. So you're able to clear that South Node energy and walk toward the North Node, which is what I feel like this Eight of Cups is. But everybody right now is sort of in an Eight of Cups energy astrologically until like we really have these big shifts, like specifically with the solar eclipse that'll happen in Aries at the end of the month, and then Neptune comes into Aries. But right now it is sort of, we're all in this void, this gray area. Clarify the Knight of Cups here for the overall energy. You have the High Priestess here. Yep. Overall energy, I think you're having to really listen to your intuition and your instincts here. High Priestess, Knight of Cups. Because that's the best thing we can do for the rest of this month while we're going through all this Pisces energy. Yes, the sun will come into Aries on the 20th. But we still have Neptune at the last degree of Pisces. We're still closing out a lunar eclipse until we come into a solar eclipse. And so it very much is still that Pisces energy that we're in right now, to where it's the High Priestess, where you're really having to observe, listen, trust, surrender, and not try to force things. But with the Knight of Cups, it's more so being guided by your emotions, being guided by your instincts. Clarify the Five of Swords. Clarify the Five of Swords in your current energy. Yeah, Queen of Cups here. Emotionally detached and emotionally detaching from the past. Emotionally disconnecting from the past. Clarify the Hierophant here in your challenge. You have the Page of Cups here. Clarify the Emperor as your advice. You have the Wheel of Fortune here. Also feel structure is a challenge for you with this Hierophant. Like trying to find the right structure of support. And trying to make sense out of things at this time as well, with that Page of Cups being in the challenge. It's interesting though, because your advice with the Emperor and the Wheel of Fortune, all you really have to do with the Emperor is just take care of the things that you can control. And I've been saying this a lot. Take care of the things that you can control, and all the other things that you can't control, don't try to control them. Because this Wheel of Fortune is saying, as long as you take care of the things that you can control, everything else will fall into place. And I feel like you do have luck on your side, and things will turn out better than you expect. Right now, it can feel very uncertain with all this Pisces energy, to where it starts to create illusions of fear, and it creates a panic energy or an anxiety. But that Emperor says, as long as you self-govern yourself and hold yourself accountable and just take care of the things that you can control, with the Wheel of Fortune, it says, be open to the changes, the good changes that are going to unfold for you. Clarify the Devil in the future position. You have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it was something to do with discipline and work and career. Very Capricornian energy here, and I feel like you're embodying some type of Capricorn energy, to where Capricorn, again, it's the ability to work long and hard on your goals and be critically tenacious, disciplined, structured. And I see you doing exactly that. And because you're doing that, it's like you're getting things in control. It's interesting with the Emperor. It's like the shadow side of the Emperor is that he tries to control things externally, right? He wants all the power and all the control, which that ends up being his downfall. But the advice is saying to take care of the things that you can control, and everything else will fall into place. So the Devil, King of Pentacles, also I see here too, you making good progress in regards to your work and career-related matters. Clarify the 8 of Cups and the outcome. Yeah, 10 of Cups. Yeah, it's like you're making strides toward a better future. It's like you're walking away from the past, right? The surrendering of the past, letting go of the past. And then the 10 of Cups is walking in that better, positive direction and the ideal future that you're wanting to create. It's interesting. Everything else, like I said, is like walking forward, what you're walking forward. Everything else is a bonus, because what the real gift is the understanding of the past and the detachment of a past from the past that has kept you stuck there. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune in the position of something you're unaware of that you need to be aware of. Yeah, Queen of Wands, it's literally just embodying the temperament of a good attitude. Your heart's open, you're receptive, and you're trusting the flow of the universe, right? And being positive, but being spontaneous too, and allowing yourself to get into that creative energy. The Queen of Wands is really just about enjoying the beauty of life. It's about not taking things too serious. Obviously, there's a time, of course, to be serious, but the Queen of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, is saying, expect good things here with the Wheel of Fortune. Expect luck is on your side. Expect growth. Expect positive turn of events. But also at the same time, this is a really good quote. One of my favorite quotes is, the harder you work, or the harder I work, the more luckier I become. And I almost kind of feel like that's your advice. The Emperor, Wheel of Fortune. Like, the harder you work on yourself, the harder you work on the things that are closely related to you, everything else falls into place and you have better luck. You pull this void off course moon. It says missing here. Yeah. And this is just really literally reflecting the astrology as I'm doing it today. We're not in a void moon anymore. We just came out of a void moon. But how I really see this is, we just had a total lunar eclipse on the south node. That's what a total lunar eclipse is, right? It's exactly conjunct the south node. I think it was off by like a half a degree. But then now it's the void off course of that lunar eclipse. Now it's the waning of it. It's the remnants of it. It's the disintegrating of things that have peaked. And so for the rest of the month here, I think this is just a recovery of that lunar eclipse, and you starting to get a better understanding and feel for your present moment by understanding your relationship to the past through what this eclipse has brought up, and then also to these new things starting to materialize, manifest into your life, and these newer visions starting to take shape and form here, which is inspiring you here to work. And I feel like the more harder you work, the more luckier you become, and I feel like everything else is a bonus that you're walking forward into. Because the real gift is the understanding of something from the past and letting go of the past, that south node. So that's what I got for you, Libra, in your reading. I appreciate you for watching. I'm going to leave the reading here. If you want to book a personal reading with me, again, that link is down below in the description. I am running a sale. If you need any guidance, any advice, any confirmation, or if you just want to ask me any question, I'm definitely here for you. If you liked the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to do so. And I'll talk to you later. Bye, Libra.